Hi everybody, it's James, and welcome back to TGWPIS FC, where we begin our 10th season in charge? 11th season? How long have I been here? It's gotta be our 10th season. Manager since 2021, 2031, yep. 10 years. 10 years of TGWPIS FC. And boy, oh boy, do we have fun times here today. We've got the Premier League, we've got the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. Carabao Cup and FA Cup are the same as last year. UEFA League, Champions League is be competitive. Now, we are probably going to get the draw in either today or tomorrow's episode. But yeah, here's the nice thing about all of this, is that, we're just happy to be in it. Maybe we qualify for the Europa League knockouts, which would be good. But where's for getting in the round appearance money? There's like a lot of TV money that you get for just being in the Champions League. So we've made a lot of money. Now, I have also done a shit ton of transfers. And as much as the team has remained the same, we be different now. And that's something we have to discuss because we've changed up some of the personnels. Some of them big, some of them small, but all in all, a relatively kind of overhaul of the squad. As you can see, we've spent $226 million and we've sent out $228 million. I don't think there was anybody really Anybody out? Okay. We'll talk about the first outs at the end of the last year. Sonny Crane has left us to go to Barnsley for £200,000. We weren't going to use him. He's been a great servant to the club. We think we got him for free from Man City. Way back in the day, he played a couple of games for us, but all in all has been a professional loan guy. And then we just finally sold him to Barnsley. And just got it over with. He'll be a good player in the championship, I think. He's physically a monster, a strong player, but just not a guy who's up to our level anymore. We also brought in Mark Brooks, who is a very competent left wing back. Our scouts only rate him at a leading championship side player. I think he's a leading left wing back for the division for the Prem. He's fast. He can cross the ball. He's got decent marking, tackling, and passing. Mentally, he is absolutely solid. Great leadership and off the ball. His work rate is up there. He's got decent teamwork. He knocks the ball past the opponent. He curls the ball. He does everything you want. He also likes big matches. So, yeah, he's also got a little bit of a competitive streak when he's a bit of a shithouser. But we like shithousers on this team. So those were the kind of two initial salvos. Mark Brooks is somebody we had signed for a while, and this was me going hey, I need another left wing back. He's also English, played in Stoke for years, so we know he's defensively solid because he played for Stoke. And yeah. Now we move into the outs. Let's talk about the fees. Because the rest, some of these are loans. I mean, we can pound through. Jeremy Beret is out on loan. Andy Jones is out on loan. David Akron has gone to Shakhtar on loan. Alexander Krsmevich has gone on loan to Mansfield Town. Aaron Swan, QPR. Kenneth Magill has gone to Brentford, along with Val, who's also gone to Brentford. Dean has gone to Bristol Rovers, Bristol City. Corby Allen has made and that's all the loans. Now we're talking about money transfers. Corby Allen has gone to Forest Green Rovers for, £155,000. Once again, guy we weren't going to use, provided some help for us. I think we got him on a free anyways. Got him for $75,000, turned around and sold him for $155,000. I think that's good business. He played for us for a couple for 6 appearances, and then obviously Forest Green liked him. He did well in the Champions League One, so he's going to be a good League One player for them. Next, Adina Woods has gone to Brighton for £3 million. Premier League Brighton, who may or may not use him. Adina was a huge godsend to us in League One, where we got him from Arsenal. Really started to fall off. And that's not due to like him physically. Like, he's a good player. Like, physically, he's great. He's got good stats, but he's very one-dimensional. He's just kind of like a midfield destroyer. He has no offensive technical ability. He's got decent first touch. He can deep line play make, and he's a freak athlete. Doofidis, I think, make the scouts think he's better than he is. But yeah, he's a guy, if you sit him if like a ball-winning midfielder or a deep line playmaker as a holding mid, this guy will do a job for you. The only problem is he won't do a job for you heading the ball, so he won't win any headers. He's just like a deep facilitator. Then Anais Semenov has gone to Dynamo Kiev for £10,000 or £10 million. We weren't going to play him a lot. I liked having him around. He was fun. He was a Belarusian, quick, pacey striker, but he wasn't going to get any playing time, and I knew he was going to start picking up a fuss. So the ability to move him on for $10 million when we got him for 2.7, I think that's good. And he only played for us 8 times. He scored 4 goals, so that'll tell you something there. And obviously some pretty clutch goals as well, but yeah, wasn't going to do much for us. So off the Dynamo Kiev he goes. Simon Bamba has gone to Panathinaikos in Greece. Another one where we've improved the position beyond him, and he had some pretty crucial red cards for us losing some games. A guy we got for £875,000 from Liverpool, turn around making a $10.5 million win on it, which is great. I think we're subsidizing like a part of his. No, we're not subsidizing it. We're part of subsidizing some of the other guys, but we're not subsidizing any of this. He's gone. A good win and a good amount of money for us. Dimitri Rotenberg has also left us to go to Torino for £16.75 million. Another guy who we got, played a little bit for us, was good and solid for us. Turn around, make a profit on. He just wasn't going to play more than what we wanted to. He wasn't developing. And the fact that he isn't really a team player, didn't have good, it wasn't very consistent, and they were rating him at a Skybet League One performer. I think it was fair to kind of let him go. So we did, and we move on. Antonio Carlos was sold to AKE Athens. A lot of Greek teams came in here. I think this is one. Yeah, so for the next year or two, we're paying half of his salary, which is fine, because we got £25.5 million for him. We bought him from 7. He played a good role for us, was one of our leading midfielders, then became kind of a support role, and then moved him on for profit. Yes, we are paying a little bit of his wages still, but that's equivalent to what we were paying him anyways if he was still here. So we essentially are just paying a little bit of a surcharge to have him out there. It's the same with Damian Rodriguez. We're only paying $5,000 of his wages, though. And he is gone to, where is this? FC Sport in the Swiss Super League. A guy who we hooked up for $12 million, turned around and sold for $27, and he never played for us. He wanted to break into the national team. I said, okay, we'll move you on. So we did. And I think we're a stronger team for it. The money was huge, and we did it. This is going to be a sad loss for you guys, and I'm pretty sure you're going to not like it, but this is Thierry Henry has left to go to Sevilla. A guy we picked up for £1 million, turned around, sold for 30. He was good. We liked him. We bought him. We basically bought him for the meme names. He scored some goals for us, did pretty well, but wasn't going to do much more for us. And if we're looking at playing in the Champions League, doing what we needed to do, he wasn't really going to be registered, and I didn't want to piss him off for not being registered. So I thought selling him would be the next best case and get some money for him in return. Francis Ortega. This one might upset some of you guys. The left wing back, Francis Ortega, has gone to Hertha Berlin. Now you can see why the Woods acquisition was key. He was kind of getting his head turned and was like, hey, I know we made Champions League, but I really want to start looking at places and do this. So Hertha came knocking. The guy, once again, we bought for $1 million, turned around and made 45 on. Wasn't going to say no. And also, with the pickup of Woods, I think he's just as good. I mean, if we compare him with, where is he? Oh God, I'm even calling him by his wrong name. What is he? Brooks. See? Brooks. I knew it was an Ooks. Mark Brooks. So mentally, Brooks is better. Physically, they're on par. They're about as pacey. Brooks is more naturally fit. Jumping reach, I really don't care about. Ortega is a little bit more agile, more balanced, and has a little bit more acceleration. Fair. Determination, off the ball, and vision, Split. Technically, Ortega's a bit better. He has a better corner, crossing, dribbling, and finishing, and free kick taking. Brooks, though, is better at long shots, passing, and tackling, and technique is a wash. So take what you get. Brooks is also English. Francis is not. So there's that one. Hakeem Bashir has gone to RB Leipzig in a deal where we basically have doubled our money. They were interested. I was interested. I kind of crowded. I bought a lot of midfielders, and obviously he was good last year. I mean, 3 goals and 2 assists in the league, or overall, everything in the league is 6.3. Once again, decent player, 4.5, and you'll see some of the class of midfielder I brought in. I thought, why not kind of go for it? He is right-footed. Obviously, the consistency was nice, but he had some stuff that just kind of didn't work for him. And to be honest with you, I thought it was nice to kind of just let him go and recoup some money and put it into the kitty. And this one you're probably all the most surprised on. Ricardo Menezes has gone to Dortmund for a club record £75 million. We bought him for 27.5. You're probably thinking, James, why did you make this trade? He came to me and said, I need to be part of Portugal, and to do that, I need to be part of I need to move. I said, hey, we're going to be in the Champions League. You can do it with us. He goes, no, I have to move. And he got all pissed off. And I said, okay, I'm not having my starting goalkeeper be pissed off. I'm selling you. So I did. Dortmund came calling, 75 million. Thank you very much, Dortmund. Hopefully he makes it into the national team. I don't know if he will, though. But hey, good luck for Menezes. Godspeed. And that is all the outs. That is how we raised £288 million. Now let's talk about the ins. Now the ins we're going to talk about in chronological order. First things first, Jonathan Mark joined us from Manchester United. That was the deal that you guys knew. We had him on loan all last year, or Manchester City, and then we finally just made it permanent. We know what Mark does. He does everything a lot really well. He's a solid player. 34 caps for Northern Ireland. We know what we get with him. Next, from relegated Sheffield United for £30 million, here's Martin Rizzo. Meet our new starting goalkeeper. A guy who was the starting keeper for Porto, starting keeper for Boca Juniors, and is Argentina's number one. Gave up 65 goals, but had a 7.12 average rating, which to me says he was just not playing with a good defense. I think we have a better defense. He is, if you compare him with Ricardo Menezes is obviously better aerially, but when it comes to the actual technical stats of being a goalkeeper and specifically being a sweeper keeper, command of area, kicking, one-on-ones, passing, punching tendency, reflexes. He doesn't rush out, but he's got good throwing. He's got vision, positioning, teamwork, decisions, bravery, acceleration off the line, like anything except being tall. And he's 6'4". He's no slouch. So, and only 5 years older than him. Knows the Premier League, knows it in and out. Will be a solid goalkeeper for us. And I think is a more well-rounded goalkeeper. And once again, the fact that he's got 20 caps with Argentina, he's a spirited guy. He's going to be able to help the back line. I think with a decent enough defense like we have, he could do definitely some damage here. And he is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. So says the media. So we have the best goalkeeper in the Prem. Also, we're expected to be 10th. So that's good. So Martin Rizzo, welcome. Next from Manchester United, here's Antonio Jose. Oh my God, James, you brought in another Brazilian. Yes, I did, but you'll see why in a sec. Why did I bring this guy in? More dynamism. I looked at our midfield. We've got a lot of guys who can tackle, and that's about it. This guy's more of the ball carrier. He can bring the ball forward from the midfield. He's got the pace and the stamina to do so. He can also ball win if he needs to. He can box to box, play a little further up the pitch, be that attacking midfielder that we like. He runs the ball good through center, gets forward wherever possible, runs the ball often. Like I said, this guy's the ball carrier. So he can come in here and get it, play in the midfield, get it and carry it forward. If we're chasing a game, advanced play, make it, box to box it, Caballero it. Probably really though Mezzala on support. This is kind of the role he's made to do. The other thing too about him as well is if we look at the information, he's English. Manchester United bought him from Flamengo, and he's been in England long enough to get citizenship. He is also a homegrown in the nation player. So for registration rules, he's good. A solid guy, a midfield, a forward-thinking guy. Is right there with Danny Tejas and right behind Richie DeCock. You can kind of see he has a lot going for him. He is very much a guy who can carry the ball. I always said that, but his dribbling and first touch is there. But the fact that he's got the acceleration, the agility, the balance, he's got strength and stamina for days too. He's not going to get knocked off the ball a lot either. Then from Brescia, this is Pierre Landry. He is a Cameroonian left wing back who's already got 18 caps for Cameroon, who's going to be our rotational left wing back. And boy, does he look like he can do a job there. He is super freaking fast and can cross the ball and dribble the ball. Also with 12 marking and 10 tackling, he's not totally horrible at defending either. But boy, is he an athlete. And 19, which means he can grow. He's a squad player. He's going to be able to be, we don't have to worry about automatically registering him because he's under 21, so he's going to be able to play in the Prem. Just a solid pickup, I think, Pierre Landry. I think he's going to do a great job for us. And back up Brooks. Also, not too bad to play for backup left back. For £13 million from Schalke, here's the 18-year-old German center half, Schumann Ochman, 6'2", just wonderful center back. I think I'm training him to be why am I training him to be wide? I mean, he's just an interesting center back in the sense that he has great technique, work rate, physically strong, aggressive mentalization. He has a huge potential and upside. He's already a competent enough defender. And I know they say, he's a championship. Nah, he's competent. He's got 46 games for Schalke. And Schalke, who are in the Bundesliga too. But a Schalke team that has been yo-yoing. So And like was what, so he's got like 46 games and he played them in the Bundesliga last year. So it's not like he doesn't know. Yeah. 32 games in the Bundesliga. 14. So like he's been playing on and off for like their main team. He's also 18 and left-footed. So like this is kind of the Dimitri Rotenberg replacement. Solid player all around. I love the fact that he's got some pace to him, but he's got good tackling and marking and to just do a great job. Level-headed and professional. At 18, I don't think you're going to see a better center back at 18. And he's only going to get better from us because he's going to get a lot of games. This is from Rennes, Andy Hill. Another kind of, once again, James, what do you get? I have a certain level of midfielder I like. I like guys who can work hard and can mark and pass and tackle. He's not a dribbling guy. He's not going to bring the ball forward. He can, he's not horrible at it. But this guy is, once again, he's a left-footed box-to-box midfielder, gets forward whenever possible, looks at the pass, attempting to score, knocks the ball past an opponent. He is just a versatile midfielder who is English. Has played for Rennes, played for Corby, played for Norwich. So he's got plenty of experience. Rennes, they got him on a free. Where did they finish last year? It's a good Rennes team, by the way. They finished 5th in the Uber Eats League 1. So he was playing. He played continental football, I think, Europa League, and is familiar with the competitions. Because remember, we have a lot of guys who don't know continental football. And this guy comes in aggressively, anticipation, work rate, vision, left-footed, 6'2". Just, once again, he's just another midfielder. He has international experience. He has 20 current international experience. He's capped for England. Does he have an English cap? No, he's got under 21 caps, but he's been around internationally, knows what he's doing. He's strong-willed, and he has experience, and that's why we brought him in. Then going back to the Vittoria well, for 25 million, possibly raising up to 41, this is Fortes, a 19-year-old Portuguese striker who looks like he can do the business. He's a guy you'll see dabbled in between. He's going to be this hybrid guy who's going to be between the under-23s and the Premier League team, probably play a lot of cup games. He just looks stupidly solid, and to be a fringe player and to pay what we did for him for a potential guy, I'm willing to do that. I mean, look at what we kind of hit gold with Pedro and Filipovic. So why not go for that? It's just a Portuguese striker you can never really go wrong with. He comes in deep to get the ball too, so just a lot to like about him. This guy we've been scouting for a while, and I was absolutely happy to pull the trigger on and get in. On a free transfer, this is Hayden McCain. He was normally firstly at Liverpool and a just kind of rotational option at midfield. We're not paying him a lot. He's 24. He looks like he could be good. If worse comes to worse, he probably dabbles in the under-23s and helps us out as a player there. But mentally great, physically okay, physically great, technically. He kind of knows what he does. He takes the ball forward and can shoot and pass a little. Has always been around the Liverpool squad. Never really staked his claim as a starter, but a guy who I think we can make use for. And we're only halfway through here is where you can kind of see. Now we're starting to get to the really interesting stuff. This is Vincent Damien, going from RB Leipzig. He is a current Belgian international, and he is of the mold of all of my other midfielders because I'm grinding for depth. The big difference between him versus the other guys is he is a machine. The guy dictates the tempo and just runs with the ball and just is tenacious. This is the guy who you're going to have on your team who is just going to outrun everybody. He has great work rate, great vision, great teamwork, great concentration. He is mental machine. He is a physical machine, and he has tackling, marking, and passing. So he can pass the ball. He is a deep line playmaker or a box to box. He can do either and do either very well. He can also ball win. Like I have a situation here where I can play with two ball winning pivots and just destroy people. And he's got international experience. He played for RB Leipzig. He has played for them for 3 years, which means he's been playing continental football for them. So he's experienced with that. And for £35 million, he is not a bad shout at midfield. You can see why I kind of moved on people that I did. For $18.75 million, here's Marcus Hovlas. He is an English capped under 23, under 21 international, 24-year-old. He's midfielder, English. Once again, James, you have a type. He is a ball-winning, just physical beast of a midfielder who can tackle and pass the ball. That's what we do here. First touch, tackling, mentally solid, English, solid midfielders. I don't have a lot of like aggressive guys, but I don't ask my midfield to do a whole lot of scoring. I've got my front three and my wing backs to help with that. These guys are really kind of like to protect the defense and transition the ball forward when we need to. He's trained in country. He's homegrown in the league. He's everything we want. He's also a squad player. For the price, we're not playing England prices here. From Red Bull Salzburg, everybody meet Barzov Lazarov, the Bulgarian center back who is probably one of our top 4 center backs. He's a wonder kid. He is 20 years old and is 3 capped international and is absolutely freaking solid. I love his traits. He shoots from distance and he winds opponents up. He's a shithouser. He's going to wind people up. I see playing him as the defender, central defender at cover, though he can play as a wide center back on the right or the left side. And I'm okay with him shoots from distance, which means if he gets that wide center back role, he will pop a shot in if he needs to. He also has the pace and the acceleration to get back if he needs to, and the jumping reach. A solid upgrade at center back, and probably the reason why we moved Bamba on. Then I think this is one of our most expensive signings. This is Laurent Breckford from Tottenham. He's coming to be a squad player for us and probably is one of, if not the best midfielders we have. He's not a physical machine like the other guys are, but is one of like the pass pingers. It's going to be like between him, the midfield is going to be weird for a while until we can find stuff out. But he's 25. He's played for Tottenham for years. He's got some English experience. He was at Aston Villa. They paid 55 for him. He played for a couple of years for them, didn't really do great. Came for us for 41. We like him. He also can play a little bit further up the field, which we like. He has some versatility. Media calls him a world-class midfielder. Okay, cool. He tries killer balls, places his shots, looks for 1-2s, looks to pass or the score, switch the ball to wide areas. He has kind of the traits to be the deep line playmaker. He can sit there, ping balls around like a maniac. And we paid that for him, but just to have that for him. Now our final 3. I'll go the other 2. Tim Coulter is an Irish midfielder who we bought from Nottingham Forest, who looks like a prospect. Why did we get him? I don't know. He's left-footed and he can ping a pass, has decent vision, and looks like he'd be a box-to-box midfielder. God, I have a type of midfielder. I really have a type. Fran Ensalada, it came in from Real Sociedad. This is a guy who we bought way back when, and we have now finally got him. He looks like to be an attacking midfielder on support, and is this good at 18. Hello, homegrown at club status, coming to you very soon. He's a similar player to Antonio Jose, which is good, because he is ours. He is on the cheap, and he is in the under 23s, and he is only going to get better. He's a professional. He's fairly reserved, and yeah, welcome. And then finally, from relegated Watford, here's Daryn Freeman. I just wanted a forward who I could put on, who could run really fast and score goals at the end of games. And I got it with this guy. Plus, he can head the ball and has long shots, too. And he fits the quota. He is a physical monster. Like, look at the acceleration, the strength on this guy. Like, playing him at complete forward is not a shout. Like, his passing lets him down. So, like, an advanced forward or, like, a pressing forward is just absolute hilarity. Even a target forward, though doesn't have the height for it. Deep line forward, he's got the sub abilities for it. But no, like advance 4. This is the guy you put on at the end of the game and just go run at the defense. Yeah. Half an hour in and we just got through all the transfers. There probably is still more to come. I have a few pots in the water. Bayern Munich has been trying to buy. First, Watford tried to give me 36 million plus Ben Wheatley for Tobias, and I said no. Why would he want to go play in the championship when I'm playing in the Champions League? Bayern Munich came in and he went, it's a nice, they'd offer an offer, but, I wouldn't mind staying with the team. I went, okay. And I think we have enough money at this point where the board is not going to try and sell guys out from underneath me. As for other stuff, I am just poaching like youth Irish talents. I just constantly go through the youth teams of Ireland and other nations just to see what we can get. All right, here we are, away from home, Tottenham, game 1 of the season. It is a biggie. We'll do that. Defend more narrowly. I don't know. This is the team that I picked off, but do I want to go different here? Do I want Damien? No, Breckford's the way to go. This is how I've decided to line up to start with. Gromiak, Valderrama, and Dekak, very similar to you guys. Hill, Breckford, Brooks, Pedro, Moraz, Jenkins, Zakula, and Rizzo. With a bench of Gebbie, Landry, Miguel, Antonio Jose, Mark, Damien, Sandor, Filipovic, and Freeman. Look at the depth we have now. I mean, Doherty doesn't make the bench, but Doherty is Doherty and is playing literally every cup game that is in Champions League this year. And because he's developing great, I'm excited to see him. He's 18, and now that we have like a guy who is much older than him, but also can partake some wisdom onto him, I'm excited to see that. Also, Jack Cuthers has made it onto the into the team, and he will be a rotational striker option for us this year. He's good enough to be part of the main team. I mean, his stats are pretty amazing, and I think at 19 he needs to start playing at least a little bit for us in the main team to kind of boost his potential. As you can see here, there's only really 4 players out of the start of the 11 that we have replaced. Most of the rest of it has just been depth. So let's submit the team. I think Pedro thinks the approach is too attacking. That's a first. But yeah, this is a good team. Kind of a good way to really kind of gauge us. Team cohesion is going to be a big deal, and that's the reason why I think just changing the midfield and the keeper are kind of good for us. We have some cohesion here as Jenkins does what Jenkins does. Heads the ball away, Latvian. Ball in again. Moraz gets on it, but Rizzo is able to defend that. I don't know if like last year we would have just seen something crazy. Pedro to Moraz to Pedro. Ooh, who loses out here? Rafael Leao to Skip, Sinistra. Winjal. Pedro, is he going to win this one back? Yes, he does. Breckford's there, and we immediately start pushing forward. Hill, Breckford, who used to play for Tottenham, mind you. Valderrama gets pushed off that one. But it's right back here to us, Breckford, Valderrama. Hill is forward. And he can't find the finish, but good opening stages from us, as it is a very cagey game. Pedro, Dekak, Breckford, back here to Dekak. Finds Brooks, who shoots through traffic and almost slots it in on his debut. And we are putting some pressure on. Look at the way Tottenham are playing too, with the 3-4-3. Gromiak, doing Gromiak things. Hill, back here to Brooks. Brooks into the area. Radu forced to make the save. Just our guys getting in there. Zakula on it, not so much. Hill, nope. But Brian Hill won't collect that. Our boys, don't let them turn. Zakula, nice, clean play here. Rizzo throws it out here to Moraz, to Jenkins, to Hill, to Zakula, to Hill, to Gromiak, to DeCock. Beautiful sprayed ball here out here to Brooks. Brooks, can he get to the byline? He can, pulls it back from Hill. Hill sends it in. Valderrama can't keep it down. We are getting, because the way we have the instructions now, or at least the way we have the players have traits now, like they are getting forward. We are getting like 4 or 5 guys into the box, which is pretty awesome to see. Now Tottenham are playing very defensively. Moraz, Breckford, Hill, Valderrama, DeCock, Gromiak. Out here to Brooks, out here to Hill, pulled back to Tobias, who shoots and goes over. But you can see the chances are there. The creation is there. And the team is really working the ball around here. It's a free kick. DeCock, Gromiak. If it's onside, it's a goal. Replay goal. Oh, I think he's onside. Tobias with a beautiful header. Yep. Highline doesn't save them. Tobias doing what he does. Brooks. Gromiak comes in deep here. We've got runners forward. DeCock. Pedro. Still Pedro. Shoots from distance. I mean, points for testing Radu. Heel. Ball in. Hill clears. Gromiak now collects, and he's going to break forward with this. He's got Pedro off to his left. He's going to still take it to the byline here. Pulls it all the way back here for Pedro. Gets it to Brooks. Brooks goes byline. Lofts it in. It is cleared as far as Rafael Leao. But our boys are collecting back here. You can see kind of that box to box. I mean, look at Hill was already in the other box there. Rizzo comes off of his line and collects. Finds Zakula. Doesn't look like the highlight's over yet. Jenkins, Hill, ball over the top. Oh, Pedro's in. Can Pedro's finish? He absolutely can. His first goal of the season. Hill's ball over the top is wonderful to see. And there we go. And this, once again, we have midfielders now who will pick a pass. And that is a beautifully dropped ball in over the back. Pedro, on his weaker foot, still slots it home. And we are now 2-0 up away from home against Tottenham Hotspur. In a game that is, welcome to the new look TGWPIS team. That midfield has played very well today. You can even see that Andy Hill, Laurent Breckford is, on a 6.7, but Hill has been all over the damn place today. And it looks like he is up for the match. And the best part is, we have people we can bring in for Breckford if he's not feeling up to it. We've got Mark. We've got Damien. We've got Mark. We've got Antonio Jose if we want to go a little bit more aggressive with a Mezzala. Got Victor Miguel. If we can come in, not as that. We got Sandor. If we want to bring in the box-to-box. Sandor's attributes have been dripping down a little bit. I wanted to give him more of a break. And look at this. They've already pulled some guys. Valderrama, Gromiak. That's too bad. Ball here. Window. Djokovic. Winjal. Leao. Be careful. Be careful. Don't penalties. No penalties. Nunez. Ooh. That Langer guy came in late and offered a deflection here. Where did he come from? So he comes in. We're all in defensive positions. Winjal. Nunez is there, and then, he kind of deflinks in at the last second. So let's make a change here. Jonathan Mark. Yeah, we'll bring Mark in. I think that's a sound choice for right now. Pedro's tiring a little bit, so we'll bring in Miguel. And we'll continue. So once again, it's just a like-for-like change. Mark is a guy who we know who's done well. Miguel, we know, is a very solid a wing-back for us. So now they're going to push forward with Leao, but we're pressuring. Brooks makes the tackle, but only falls as far as Matthews. Leao's there. Rizzo makes the save. And a brilliant save he is, as now Tottenham are starting to pour the pressure on in the second half here. Ball in. Rizzo comes out to claim. Now, he has the trait. He likes to start counterattacks with throws. So, that's something we have to look forward with him. Hill is tiring now. Probably because he's the box-to-box. But guess what? We have like 8 other guys who can do that. I'm going to bring Damien in, who plays the box-to-box midfielder. Give him his first start. And look at the Premier League. And look at that. We immediately have changed over and we have a solid midfield again. Mark playing as the deep line playmaker. And Damien as that box-to-box. Just more guys to get in there and just mix stuff up. And that looks like the last death throes of Tottenham in this game. As we have won 2-1 away from home in a pretty cagey but good opening game. Moraz has won man of the match for us. Great win, guys. Well done. You absolutely love to see every single second of that. And oh boy, 41-minute video. The absolute scenes on this. As we go into the top. Hill is impressive. Can't believe how good we were right there. Next match the same. Buzzing with the result. Do we have any hashtag chuffs? We do not. But I agree. Hill looked pretty good on his return. Everything else looked good. See the match over. I will be dealing with those negations in a bit. Everything looked good. Oh, this guy's going to be nice. But yeah. When do we want to come back? Manchester United. I think we have to come back. We'll probably come back for the draw. And then probably the Chelsea game. Sunderland are back in the Premier League. And we can come back for the Chelsea game, or we can come back for... we have to come back for the Corby Town game, obviously. Which may have a... there's like the Northamptonshire derbies all right here. Corby, Leicester. Yeah, I think we played through. We see what the draw is, and then we come back for, like I said, either Chelsea or Corby. You guys let me know what you want. But until then, folks, if you made it this far, thank you very much. And until next time, I'm James. You are you. This is TGWPIS FC. It's not what you are, it's what you want to be. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.